The war started over a strip of planets with no real value. It escalated as allies called in allies called in allies. Even when the original land was captured, the war didn't end because they wished for more. They hungered for more. Eventually, the attacks at cities were launched, leading to retaliatory strikes, leading to retaliatory strikes, leading to the hunger for revenge. The machines hungered for more metal, more fuel, more men, more women, more children. Eventually, some fool invented a seed that would outgrow and take over the entire planet's land and then die out, leaving a poisonous stock behind. It was launched, and then they captured some and launched it back. Crops to toxins and toxins to poisons. Death hungered. From a mixture of biological attacks on plants that made their crops almost inedible, chemical attacks that made entire planet soils toxic to the point that oftentimes they would have to import soil from other unaffected worlds. But all that did was spread the all-consuming war further. Cities to graves and graves to scavenge grouts to cities, and the ever-lessening supplies cut down on themselves more. Eventually, the only people who could eat were the leaders and a few of the more professional divisions. When even they began to starve, the war ended. There was no point of fighting over worlds of ash and dust after all. A few races went extinct, leaving nothing but bones behind. The galaxy called out for help, be that for a ship of rations or the crumbs from another race much more fortunate. So when the void answered, we scrambled together a fleet to try and get anything we could carry back. The ships entered around a planet lush with life. It brought tears to many of the crew members who have not seen such beauty in their lives. We called out to our saviors, offering everything that we had left, our planets, our stations, our freedom, if it meant that our hunger would end. The message we got in return was simple, sweet, and our salvation. Just land your ships already. Do you want our crops to go to waste? The entering procedure left a few ships in a state that they couldn't take back off. It was so fast and violent that they almost shot us down. However, they didn't, because they were humans. The food from that one planet spread, giving life to the long-starving populace. Eventually, we discovered that one of their crops could grow in the poisoned soils. They didn't just grow, they thrived. The people no longer hungered for food because of the humans. Advisors from all of their nations were shipped all over the universe. They taught us how to turn the tools of war to tools for production. The people no longer were starved of their humanity because of the humans. The gears of war tried to roar once more. The governments still hungered for revenge. When the humans tried to interfere, one of the governments launched an attack at Earth, to the horror of everyone. However, the plants of Earth stomped out the invading plants. Some humans kept the plant because they found the poison it used was flavorful. The human retribution was fast but simple. They stopped giving food to the planets under the control of the government that attacked them. The first crops still were yet to grow and couldn't support a population no longer too weak to fight back. Within a few months, their government was overthrown and once more kept getting the lifeblood of the universe. After that, the governments agreed to meet up on Earth for a conference. The humans were able to tame the once violent hungers of revenge until a human event came up. A friendly competition where the humans would show their might in sports that many of their nations would compete in. It stopped the discussion for a while, causing the humans to get an idea. They presented an idea for two rival nations to send their best to compete in the next ones, considering all the humans did for them. The competition brought human entertainment around the galaxy. Once people who would refuse to ever come close to each other were cheering together in human aid stations. Despite our teams losing to the humans, it made friendships across the lines on the map that seemed to have been walls beforehand. We no longer hanged for revenge the few governments who still did and called for the continuation. For revenge that was already fed became another painful part of the history of the galaxy. It has been years since humans fed the hunger of our peoples, and that is why I am proud to announce that the nation of Olean will be joining the United Nations this rotation. We thank the humans once more, the ones who fed the galaxy's hunger.